Hello everyone. If you're a fan of Miraculous Ladybug, and you want to make her earrings, well, you're in luck. I have a tutorial just for you guys. So, these are the earrings that I created out of clay. And the dots right here, they're not painted on, they're actually crystals. And on the back, I have like it hot glued. I hot glued the earring piece that goes in your ear on the back. It's actually rather simple to make. I think I had just made these in like, if you want to count the time that I had it in the oven, probably about 30 minutes. It took me 30 minutes to make these. Okay, so here's what you need. You're gonna need some Sculpey. This is in the deep red pearl. This is for like $2.79 at AC Moore, or like, I don't know, about the same price at Michael's. I got all, but just so you know, I got all of this from Michael's and AC Moore. So, you need clay. And you also need one of these. These comes in a set, which is about $8.99, I think it was. But trust me, coupons are your best friend here. So, you can get one of these. They're actually very useful if you want to, like, you know, craft stuff out of clay and everything. But I use these to also make the shape of the earrings by just cutting it out, like right doing that, and also flattening my clay. You're gonna need a dry brush, so you can actually paint on, well, not paint on, sorry. You can brush on some pigment. I used let's see, this is Pearly X in Super Rusted, and I use this to actually kind of give it more of a shimmer, like after it's done baking. I just give it just a little bit more sparkle, you know. You don't have to if you don't want to, that's totally optional, because, you know, some Sculpey clay actually has sparkles already in it, so you don't technically need it if you don't want to use it. And let's see, you're also going to need some gloss glaze from Sculpey. This is really good to give it more a finishing touch, kind of make it, you know, shiny, all that good stuff. Let's see. You don't really have to have one of these. This is just optional. This is actually really good if you want to just paint on the dots. The ball at the end of the piece right here is really good for just like dipping your paint, dipping this into your paint, and then going in and just like, you know, tapping the dots on. So this is really optional. I just include it just because some people like to paint instead of using crystals, or you might not have crystals. Also, just so you know, the Swarovski crystals right here, these are safe to bake. Just don't use rhinestones. I learned the hard way when it comes to using regular rhinestones. You have to use crystals, because when you go to bake them, if you already put them in the clay, then bake it, they're gonna melt, and these won't. So anyway, so let's get started. Okay, so what you're gonna to start this off, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to warm up the clay with your hands. Kind of just get it, you know, where you can, you know, mold it and all that good stuff. Let's see. All right, now that you got that done, you're gonna take this handy dandy trusty little tool, and I got cat hair on it. I have cats, so if you find any imperfections or like something like got in your clay, kind of just like, you know, pluck it out. Or if you're worried about fingerprints and everything, I would probably suggest just like, you can smooth it out with your hand, or you can use alcohol, rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, and kind of like just like lightly work the fingerprints out. But anyway, so I'm going to roll this out. I kind of want to make sure I have it kind of even, because I don't want my one earring to be too thick, and I don't want, you know, the other one to be too thin. So I'm just gonna keep rolling that out. All right, so this is perfect. Well, at least I think it is. Just kidding. Anyway, so to make the round earrings, what you're going to do is you're going to just do that. And do it again. See, I just like did that. And you're gonna get rid of the excess clay. And doop, there we go. Good. You don't need that. You can, because you know it has some excess around the base of it. You can just like pull that off, or you can work it in. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you want to do. I usually just like work it, like take the excess off and kind of just work the rest of it in there on both sides. Okay, well now that you have these two, they're the perfect size, really. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to shape it a little bit more, kind of give it more of a rounder edge to it. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna like just work it, you know, work it. But yeah, you're just gonna like kind of round it off so it won't be too, you know, lumpy. Okay, this one's, it's getting there. Just gotta round it a little bit more. You're just gonna you can do this, kind of like round it off around the edges. You can kind of smooth in the back as well. So that way you don't have like rough, you know, when it rough on the back. Let's see. Okay. I got cat hair in this one, but for tutorial's sake, I'm just going to ignore that. But of course, if you guys have pets or you've got something in your clay, it's okay to just like pluck it out. So I wouldn't really worry about this one. Now to the next one. Okay. Also, for this, you don't have to, you know, worry about fingerprints all that much because it's so easy to just like get them out. You can just like drag your thumb across the surface of the clay and kind of just rub the fingerprint out. Let's see. Okay, so these are about as good as, you know, they're gonna be. Like I said, this is for tutorial sake purposes, so you don't like, I mean, when you're making it, you can just like make sure it's just, you know, how you want it. So that way, you know, it won't be lopsided or it won't be, you know, all that good stuff. But here you go. This is what you're gonna get. See? Pretty. Okay, so here comes the fun part. I don't exactly have enough of these Swarovski crystals left to do this, to finish up the final look of this tutorial, but I will show you what I will do. Let me just grab my crystals. Okay. Also, you can make cat noir earrings. You just like do it like use black clay and paint on the symbol. My friend is doing cat noir, and I'm making her cat noir earrings for our Edo period style ladybug and cat noir. Okay, so take the best looking one right here. There we go. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is for this, you're going to take these crystals and kind of just plop this one into the middle. And the key here is to like press it into the clay. And don't worry, because it is going to like spread out a little bit, but don't worry about that. What you're going to do is you're just going to like shape it back up. It's really easy. Let's see. I'm going to put this one opposite, right beside it. See? You're gonna do that and kind of press it into the clay. Because what this is gonna do, you don't have to use glue to put this, the crystals in here. You can just like press it into the clay. So when you bake it, it hardens and it'll prevent it from falling out. Okay. I wish I had more crystals, but let's see if any kind of escaped. Alright, this is not black, but I would just use this. I'm going to use this just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm putting the other one right here. It's kind of like an X formation, if that helps you line it all up correctly. Let's see. I'm going to have a fun time getting this clay off of these crystals. Okay. Just saying, the purple actually looks quite nice. Okay, so you got this. Oh. See, it would help if I actually had my product in the frame. So let me just focus my camera. And you're gonna see, you're gonna come out with this. Just never mind the purple. It's supposed to be black. But for tutorial sake purposes, we can pretend they're black crystals. So what you're gonna do when you're gonna have this look. So you're going to round it off because, like I said, when you press the clay, when you press the crystals into the clay, it's gonna spread out. So it's gonna make it kind of wonky. But what you're gonna do is you're kind of just roll it kind of back to how you want it to be. Okay, and that'll be what your earring will look like. Okay, so I'm not gonna bake these actually. So I'm going to talk you through what I did next for this. I went ahead and baked it at 275 for 15 minutes. I took them out, let them cool down, and what I did was I used some of this stuff right here, which, I mean, you can obviously do this on while it's non-baked, or you can do it while it's, when it's baked. Doesn't really matter, so you can do it whenever you want. For what I did, like I said, I used this to kind of give it more of a shimmer and everything. Let me focus my camera. There we go. Okay. I wanted to give it more of a shimmer look, so what I did for mine was I just put a little bit on the brush and kind of just whoosh, 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 whoosh. Kind of do that and wipe it off of the crystals and everything. But I didn't want to make the whole entire thing let me see if it'll show up on camera. Let's see. I'm pale enough. This will work. Okay, so as you can see, this is what it'll look like when you really pack it on. That's that nice little shimmer. Let's do it again. It's really pretty, but I don't want the entire earring to look like this, so that's why I kind of just dabbed it on, or swished it on, and it's a cloud of bleh. So what you're going to do is just wipe it off the crystal, or you can just do that. That works. And see, it gives that nice little shimmer. I really like this. It's really pretty. You can hear my cat in the background, so I apologize. But yeah, it gives that nice little shimmer. I really love this. This makes it pop a little bit more. It's very subtle, but it makes it pop a little more. Okay, so after you're done baking, or if you already baked it and you've done this, then you're ready for the glaze. You're just gonna take a paintbrush and you're just gonna don't go over the crystals with the glaze, because it'll kind of won't make it as lively, I guess, and that's the right word. You won't make them sparkle as much because it's a glaze. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a fine point paintbrush, and you're just going to go in and just glaze it. Put maybe, I used about 3 coats for mine. And it made this really nice, shiny surface. So, okay, moving on. So after you're done, just get that off. Okay. So after you're done, you're going to want some earring back, like the backings of earring thingies, or whatever, what you want to call them. I don't even think I mentioned it when I was describing all of the tools that you'll need. But you're gonna need these. You're gonna need these. For this one, you can get the flat back, like where it's just completely flat, which is actually a much better than what I have. So don't get this. These are for like you can hang charms off of. Let me just focus my camera in. These are for you can just hang charms on, you know, right here, and I think right here you can actually like pop it open. Let's see. It's being difficult. This is what I did for my other ones. Yeah. There we go. I created a flat back, kind of, sort of. I just took the top off. So if you do have one of these, I mean, just pop it off. So it creates, there we go. All right, so refocus my camera. And that's not focused. Okay. High def. Okay. So with this, you're going to want to take your handy dandy trusty hot glue gun, which I think I dropped onto the floor. It's not on, so that's good. But anyway, you're going to take the glue gun, and you're going to glue right here, and you're going to attach it and attach to the back. So make sure it's where you want it to like look on your ear. So I kind of want this side, this side to be kind of like at the top. So make sure you line it up and just like, you're gonna want to press it in. Like I said, this is not baked, so when it's baked, it's gonna be a little hard. Like it's gonna harden. So use your hot glue and just like glue this piece on, like glue this piece. And afterwards, you're gonna want to glue around it, like just to make sure it's in there. I think you can also use E6000, I believe. You can also use that if you want. I just use hot glue because it was within my grasp. So I didn't have to look for it. So so you have 2 options. Personally, I would prefer hot glue. But anyway, so after you glue it down, then it's pretty much done. Actually, you're gonna get this product right here. Also for the backing, I didn't get any backs for the piece right here because I wear earrings, so I can just swap out the bigger piece and just use it for this. I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, if you don't have those, then you're gonna have to get those. But yeah, and that's how you make Miraculous Ladybug's earrings. They're quite nice.